Hello again, I am Blunty, and this is the Nintendo Switch Compact PlayStand by Hori. It is one of the most commonly listed Nintendo Switch stands you'll find when you go hunting for a stand solution with more flexibility than merely using the single-position little kickstand the Switch has built right into it. In my pre-release coverage of the Switch, I was interested in but wary about this stand as it looked to be pretty plasticky and fragile. But curiosity and the hope to be useful to you folk made me splash the cash out on one, and here's what I think. For a start, the design is very similar to the Nintendo-built 3DS stand that they packed in with the 2012 title, Kid Icarus Uprising. A stand that I in fact continue to use to this very day, especially useful for when I'm streaming 3DS games, most always Pokemon, on my Twitch channel, with my capture card modded 3DS videos on that in the description if you're curious. And in fact, the Kid Icarus stand works rather well with the Nintendo Switch, even right down to the cutout in the platform support, leaving room for the USB charger. Though the 3DS stand, of course, doesn't have cutouts for the Switch's air intake vents. It only slightly blocks them, so should never actually be an issue, but this is something many people forget about when using improvised stands or stands made for other devices. FYI, blocking off those vents is a bad idea. They are there for a reason. But back to the Hori stand, it kicks functionality up a few notches over this very similar 3DS stand. For a start, while folded, it actually snaps together so it won't kind of flap apart while in a bag, thus helping prevent accidental damage. That's nice. It also has the ability to be set at 3 different angles, which is also nice. It may in fact be the most useful thing about it, because now, regardless of your own height or how you sit, and if you're playing multiplayer on a big table or you're squished into economy seating on a plane, you can and will find a useful viewing angle, unlike the 3DS stand, or indeed Nintendo's own kickstand. The plastic seems to be about the same quality as what Nintendo used on theirs, that is to say, it's good plastic, and Hori's is moulded even thicker. The hinged parts seem reasonably robust, but I'd still take moderate care with it. These kind of hinges are pretty easy to break, and you're kind of balked when they do break, very hard to repair. There is of course a cutout to allow easy USB charging while in use, again something of course impossible with the kickstand, and of course yes, there's appropriate cutouts for the Nintendo Switch's rear air intake vents. There's even a couple of locator nubs, as also used on Nintendo's own dock, so your Switch can be easily positioned centrally for the best balance and to correctly align the vent holes. There's a couple of small rubber grip pads on the back and on the platform to stop the Switch from sliding around and to protect its finish from rubbing directly across the plastic. So, aside from feeling a bit too plasticky, it's actually a very well thought out bit of design. Plus, it's cheap enough that if the construction does ever let you down or you manage to break those hinges or something, it's not a disaster to replace it. Personally, for me, when traveling, I think I will stick to the super compact little feet I 3D printed. Video on that also linked below if you're curious. They're not nearly as flexible or as adaptable as the Hori stand, but they are super tidy. But for all other uses around the lair, including filming my Nintendo Switch in desktop mode for future accessory reviews and the like, I will be keeping the Hori stand around. It's going to work fantastically for that. So yeah, pretty decent value. If you were interested in it, pull the trigger. It's pretty good. Thanks for watching, I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.